You're up.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody. We're just cutting up a little bit here as we get into another episode of the BAM Blog Breakdown, where Brian and Mike and sometimes Aaron Zambrano break down expert business blogs so you can better apply the information to your life and your business to get better results. And I know for me, always looking for better results. I get great results. I want even better than great results.
I'm addicted.
Yes, very much so. You know, and as entrepreneurs, you guys get it. That's fun. That's fun. So we're here. We're to break down some expert business blogs this morning. This one coming from Chuck Blakeman. It's going to be a good time. So welcome. Be sure to follow us. We want to shout out real quick just to our friends over at YouTube and Evernote and. Oh, we got a list of people now. Let's see. Evernote, Slack, Wunderlist. Man, you guys are great, all of you.
Mental
Wonderful.
Fitness Challenge.
Yes, our sponsor, Mental Fitness Challenge. That's right. You guys are awesome, and we love it. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to get right into the meat and potatoes of why we're here, and that's to break down this really killer blog. Okay, so. And of course, I guess we should thank Apple because we're using it. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so this is a really great blog, Chuck Blakeman, chuckblakeman.com. Get over there and check it out. And it's turning everyone into a capitalist and watching your company grow. And I think that there's a lot of power in the thought of that. So I don't want to give away the whole blog, but I do want to give you a little bit about the summary of this. And when you open up this blog, this one's a longer read, so I'm going to throw that out there. It's a longer read, but it's got a lot of really good points, and we're going to bring out 3 that are really important and leave you with some food for thought. So, creating a capitalist culture, a stakeholder type culture in your company with the people that you're surrounded with that are helping you build this company and get what do we try to get? Better results, right? That's what. So if you have to build that culture. So traditionally, there's been some ways, and Chuck takes us on a journey about some ways that's been put into place so that people could be incentivized to help better grow the company.
And he even gives us some things that don't work.
He threw out some things, and one of them, sorry, HP. You guys tried some things back in the 90s, and he brings it to the point, but he makes a good point of it. Lesson learned.
Yep.
Lesson learned, and it's really powerful. So when you're looking at how to get better results, and you're looking at capital from the standpoint of human capital, you want the best people, right? I mean, and I know for myself, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for my band buddy Mike. We like better results. Like we thrive on it. As humans, we want to do better. We want to get more. That's ingrained in our DNA. Each and every one of us. There's not anyone on the planet that's not a part of their world. So how do you do that as a leader? How do you do that as a business owner? How do you do that as a company? How do you build that into a culture where, number one, it makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it works. And I think that's a big part of what Chuck is trying to bring out here in this blog is how do you do it where it works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because there's some really good points, and we'll get into these points here in a second, but you want to reward people for time and experience and also recognition of things that they've accomplished. You want to give them those things. So if they've been doing it for a while, you want to recognize them for that.
Sure.
And there's a reward for doing that. I mean, Mike's been an entrepreneur for 22 years, okay? 22 years. You can't devalue that experience. It's invaluable. There's no way I could place a true dollar amount on that. But yet if I wanted to get Mike and I wanted to incentivize him to help me, I would have to come up with some type of value that Mike saw was a good fit for him and a win.
Yep.
But it would also have to be a win for me. And so you have to recognize people for time. And that's not, just time in the grind, but time in their life where they've done things to have experience and wisdom and some knowledge, because that's what's going to help your company grow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what's going to. Now, you also have the experiences. I mentioned those briefly. Okay, you need someone that's had experiences. It's tough if you've never had but one experience to walk in and say, oh, yeah, I can do this job better than anyone else. Really? Based on what? Did you fall on your face? Were you running at Mach 10 and you tripped over your own toes and went splat? If you haven't done that, you're probably not got the experience that I would be looking for personally. But there is value in you because you've done one thing and you've done it a long time and you're an expert at that. And there's value in that. So you got to look at that. So, and then recognition. What have you accomplished? Look at your people. What have they accomplished? They have to have accomplished something to give them more value. And then, of course, we're wanting to reward that. And that all goes into this incentivized program that I think Chuck was trying to bring out to us. So, Mike, I kept the summary short. I don't want to give away too much because there's, and just so you guys know, that was only like two.
Yeah, it's a good read.
Paragraphs.
It's a good read. You got to go to chuckblakeman.com and check this one out. But
so we got the 3 points, and Mike, I'm gonna have you run down, and so we can discuss some of these 3 points.
So
these are powerful points.
Yeah, it starts with a real culture. It's not a concept of a culture, right? So a lot of people, So
it's not just an idea I dreamed up last night.
No,
I was, reading before I went to bed. No,
it's funny. And there's another episode we'll be doing this month that I've already done the notes on, and so you'll hear this twice, right? Is your culture isn't the 8 things you put on a cool poster on the wall. But never live out, right? So it's not a concept. It's something that is real, and you have to develop it. But that starts with you, the owner, right? And which is the second key point, which is simply to set the example of ownership at the ownership level. Right? Because if we don't set the example, we give nothing for everybody else to follow. Right? And we end up with incentives that don't work. We don't get the team feedback. We don't get the team input. We think it's a hierarchy, which it is, and I get that, but it doesn't have to look and feel that way.
Right, and I think that's the most successful companies that we were looking at here in this blog is the most successful. If we look at some of them in our day, in our time, Google, Facebook, Netflix. Okay. They have a different type of hierarchy culture where everyone kind of feels like this is their
they own it. They own their job.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not just and that's key.
Yeah.
It's not just a job.
Right. There's ownership involved, and you only get that with giving real intrinsic incentives. And I think that's the key. And if you listen, like EntreLeadership is a podcast that you and I both listen to.
Right.
And you mentioned some big companies, right? Mm-hmm. So for the listeners, they're probably, well, that's good for them, but they're Google. They're bulletproof, right?
They weren't always
Google, right?
They started like you
they were a small
right
business, right? So, but when you listen to EntreLeadership, there's a lot of people that are taking on this approach in a lot smaller businesses than Google and Facebook and these other places and GoDaddy and all that. So it starts with a real culture, not a concept. You have to set the example of ownership at the ownership level. Right. So that doesn't just mean owning your responsibilities, but it also means owning your mistakes. It also means owning your shortcomings. Mm-hmm. It also means owning the relationships. Right. Mm-hmm. They don't need to earn your respect, and you don't need to earn theirs. Respect should be part of the culture.
Right.
Right. And from a standpoint. So, and then there's a third bullet point, right? And once we get the team involved.
Right. We had to get the team involved. And that, these 3 points, if you guys have been paying attention to us for any period of time, what has it been? 3 months now?
Yeah, 4.
Okay. This sounds like a really, really good job. If you're a leader and you're wanting to create this culture to get the Mental Fitness Challenge.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, this is a Mental Fitness Challenge. You need to be looking through a lens of a leader.
Yep.
Okay, and the only way you're going to do that is through some self-education, because this third bullet that we have here, this third key point, is getting your team involved. And like Mike said, leading is not dictating.
No.
People think that, okay, I've got the title owner, I got the title manager, I got the title president. Okay, I'm the guy. I can just dictate. Wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at the most successful companies in our day, none of them are run that way.
Yeah.
In fact, the ones that are run that way are failing, are having trouble, and they're struggling. The ones that are not run that way and run more from leadership true leadership perspective are thriving and booming and growing, and it doesn't seem like they have any bounds.
When we get our team involved and we do it with a full open mind and we do it with an attitude that we're not the smartest guy in the room, even if we're the owner, okay, when we can really approach our team and ask them to get involved, you'll be surprised what you learn. And you'll be surprised in the talent that you discover on your team that you didn't even know was there.
They'll just fly out of the woodwork.
Yeah. So the 3 keys. It starts with a real culture. It's not a concept.
Right.
You have to set the example at the ownership level, and you've got to get the team involved. And, to apply this, we've got a coaching question today.
Yes.
Yes,
we're going to challenge you guys.
We're going to challenge you guys. You're
going to
start
seeing a different twist.
Yeah.
We're going to challenge you because I think that, and this is going to be good. So we want some feedback.
Yeah. Feedback's good because what we're going to do is instead of telling you guys what to do from now on, it's always been, here's what you need to go do.
Yeah.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
Go.
So what we want you to do is we want you to start challenging you to think through some of this on your own. So we have a coaching question for you today. And it's, what is one way you can start helping your team find meaning in their work today? Because
that's powerful.
Yeah,
meaning,
right? That's the key word, because intrinsic reward is greater than extrinsic reward.
Exactly.
Every time, right?
Every time.
So that's the coaching question. That's what we're leaving you with. What is one way you can start helping your team find meaning in their work today?
That is awesome. So, guys, this has been another Bam Slam Home Run where Mike and I have brought you an expert business blog, which we have strategically broke down and just knocked out of the park. Chuck, way to go. This was awesome. We had a lot of fun on this in the discussion and look forward to more. So, guys, we want to thank YouTube. We want to thank Evernote. And we want to thank Chuck for providing us with great content, okay? If you feel that you need more and you would like to get in touch with Chuck and learn more about this subject or other subjects that he covers, please reach out to us. We'll make a personal and professional introduction to Chuck and his team and get you where you need to go. And, of course, Mike and I are always available to help. Now, for the listeners out there, Mike and I have been on this road for a while, and we get it. We understand. This entrepreneur journey isn't easy. But if you want to be a high performer, then you've got to do what other high performers do, and you have to work on your mindset and your skill set simultaneously. And so we're going to challenge you with our sponsor, Mental Fitness Challenge. We're going to challenge you to go – the link is below the video. Go there and get in the Mental Fitness Challenge. Now, part of that is, we just challenged you with a question. So we're going to challenge you to put your journey of your mental fitness challenge in the comments below, because we want to have feedback and we want to engage in the challenge. Now, Mike and I have done the challenge, but we'll do it again and again and again with all you guys as you go through, because we would like to help you win. And what is the whole purpose when we started this out? Better apply the information in the expert blogs in your life and your business to get
real results, right? And it's all about results, guys.
So, guys, this has been a Bam Slam Home Run. If you need any help, your life, your business, or your health, please reach out to Mike or I. We can help you. If we're not a good fit, we have connections. Don't worry about it. But we'll make the right introduction, and we'll help you get where you need to go. So, with that, I'm going to leave you with how can we help you best, and we're out.